Hello my tea beauties and welcome back to my channel. Today we are playing with BH Cosmetics products. I have never tried this brand. I'm super excited to try it because it is so inexpensive. It's cheaper than Morphe and I hear that they're just as good. I don't hear about this brand a lot, so it's not really talked about in the makeup community, so I figured I would place an order. Everything that I used together cost about 30 bucks and that is very, very inexpensive. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 9 things for $30. That's insane to me. I'm gonna be applying all of this makeup, seeing how I like it, and then at the end of the day, I will come back and update you guys on what I liked, what I didn't, and kind of go from there. So if you are interested in seeing this BH Cosmetics first impressions and updates, then please keep on watching. So first we are going to start off with my Holy Girl Primer. This is the Skin Orchid Gel Mattifying Day Treatment Seal. And excuse me while I put my hair back. This is the primer that I use the most. It should give me a pretty good bearing as to, you know, how the foundation wears throughout the day, and because I'm not changing anything up from what I would normally do. Then we're gonna go in with this BH Cosmetics Complexion Collection Liquid Foundation. This is in light olive. I hope that this color matches me. It says, this liquid foundation provides medium to full coverage for soft, flawless looking skin. Our unique fragrance-free, lightweight formula creates a long-lasting finish for daily or professional studio wear. This is what the packaging looks like. It's pretty nice. I like the frosted glass. It looks kind of professional, surprisingly. Just gonna take this little seal off. Now, I have not tried this yet, but it looks like it could match me pretty well. So I'm gonna do half my face with a brush and half of my face with a beauty blender. Let's start with the brush. I like that it has a pump. Cometh out. So it is a pretty heavy foundation. As you see, it's not super liquidy. I'm gonna take this Tarte Kabuki brush. It has an interesting smell. It almost smells like clean. Let's see, I'm not seeing super full coverage right away. Hopefully this is buildable like it says, because you can still see a fair amount of red peeking through. I feel like this foundation just kind of blends away. Is that just me? And I thought going in with a brush might make it more full coverage because usually that's how it works. So that's it on my face with a brush and that's it without. I don't see a whole lot of difference at this moment in time. I feel like I almost just need to pat it in because when I swipe my brush, it takes product away. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys what time it was. It's 11:16. Getting this started kind of late, but I am gonna go through and do like a check-in at the end of the day. I mean, so I did a full pump on the back of my hand. That's what's left. And I've only done half of my face and I still feel like it's not really the coverage that I want. So let me go dampen my beauty blender or this Real Technique sponge and I'll be right back. I'm going to put another pump on the back of my hand. The pump doesn't really give you too much product. Start working it into the other half of my face. Okay, yeah, I do not like this with the beauty blender. It is not blending at all. So I'm just going to do it with a brush for the rest of my face. Was just taking away product. It was not giving me any sort of coverage. Like for it to say medium to full coverage, I definitely think this is more light because it's taking me, it's been like 5 minutes I've been trying to build this up. Okay, I think that's the coverage that I'm going to get out of this. I'm not super impressed with this. I have to see how it wears throughout the day. It did take a while to build it up on my skin. It does look pretty. I think it has more of a natural dewy finish to me. Then I'm just gonna kind of skip through the little sections that I do that aren't BH Cosmetics. Okay, now I have the BH Studio Pro Matte Finish Pressed Powder. This is shade number 215. It's probably light. That's what I would say. It says paraben-free, oil-free, clinically tested, non-irritating, allergy tested. It's pretty cool. Silky and gorgeous, this matte pressed powder smooths the skin with light coverage and absorbs excess oil. This is what the packaging looks like. Kind of reminds me of MAC a little bit, except I like the metallic on the front. So that right there is what the powder looks like. It does come with this little thing. It does come with a little sponge on the bottom of the package. So I'm going to try and set my under eye, my concealer, and set my entire face with this. My foundation is already creasing right here on my forehead. I do see it providing a little more coverage. I think you do have to be careful with this powder because a lot can, I think, make you look kind of cakey. So just a quick coat on your face should be good. Hopefully this is good and it keeps me matte throughout the day. Next, I'm gonna go in with this BH Studio Pro HD Brow Pencil. It says a long-wearing pencil, features an ultra-fine retractable tip to fill in gaps. Spoolie's kind of harsh, I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't feel the best. There's not really much to the spoolie. This is the other side, really similar to the Anastasia one. Let's see if I picked the right shade. Just see on the back of my hand. All right, so that's really dry. That hurts, ow. It's pretty drying on my hand, but on my brows, it's not painful, it doesn't hurt, and it's filling in actually quite nicely. The color is nice. Yeah, I was a little scared considering this hurts to put it on the back of my hand. If you are concerned about a color to get, on their website, all the colors do look a little darker than what they're named. So this is auburn technically, and this is even a little dark for my brows. So just a heads up, they come pretty dark, but overall I like it. It was a little drier than I was expecting, but on my brows I think it went on really easy, and I think they look pretty good. So next I have this nude blush 10 color brush palette. I thought this looked really similar to like a Morphe style palette. Oh, so this is cool. I mean, I like the front of that. That looks actually really, I like the way that they packaged this front part. There is no mirror, that's the only downside, but here's all the blushes that it came with. I like all of them, except maybe this dark one and this more bronzy one over here. I think that this has a really good variety of shades. For this, I'm actually going to use a couple, like a brush that they just came out with. It's the Vegan Brush V2 pointed blending brush, and it looks really soft, and I like the packaging, how it looks purple. Oh man, I like this. This is really soft. That's what it looks like. It reminds me of kind of like a Morphe brush, almost. It was, I think, cheaper than the Morphe website. I like this, and it's not shedding when I pull bristles. Here is what the packaging looks like for it. It has the V2 on the side. I don't know if it says exactly what brush it is. For blush, I think I'm just gonna go in with this middle coral shade right here. You only really need a little bit. Yeah, I think that's really pretty. It does look like it has some sparkle in it, but it's not even that. It's more like a sheen. Yeah, I like that. So far, love this brush. I might go back and get more of their vegan brushes because I think they're cheaper than Morphe brushes. This blush palette is really, really nice. I like it. I like the formula of it. Then we're gonna focus on eyes. This is probably the thing I've wanted to try the most. This is the Foil Eyes 28 color eyeshadow palette, and look at all those colors. Can you even believe that? They look really pigmented, and I've heard really amazing things. I love foil eyeshadows. I love Makeup Geeks, but they do tend to crease on me quite a bit. Maybe these won't do that. You can actually see through it. I really like how they designed the front of their package, like with these words right here. I enjoy that. That is what the palette looks like. It's gigantic. It looks like MAC eyeshadow pan sizes. Again, there isn't a, there's not a mirror or anything. Some just fell out. What is that? Okay, so just don't put this guy upside down because they will fall out. Maybe I just need to go through and re-glue these guys. I don't know. I don't want all of them to fall out. Maybe it's not a good thing to travel with this palette. There are some cooler tones on these two rows, and then it gets warm, and it has an awesome array of different colors. Pretty much every color you could ever need. I think I'm going to go for these more warm shades right here. I'm just going to use this blush palette as some transition colors because it looks like these two could definitely be transition colors right there. Just because this palette does not have any matte shadows in it. And I can do like a swatch of one on my finger and then a swatch of one on my brush. Wow, that is pigmented. Holy crap. That is the shade swatched on my hand with my finger. And then for a brush, foiled eyeshadows may work better with your finger. Oh yeah, with the brush, it's really different. Right here is a finger swatch, and to this side is a brush swatch. Now, the things you should keep in mind when using foiled eyeshadows is they do work best when using your fingers. I am actually going to be using this brush right here that I got from them. It's a crease brush. It says it's a vegan blending brush. So I'm going to take this shade right there, start working it in my crease. This is definitely a more densely packed brush. These blushes are lighter than I thought they were, so I think I'm actually gonna grab a darker matte brown just to help out with that, because that's kind of a light crease shade. So I just grabbed my Lorac Pro palette. I'm gonna take the taupe shade. This brush is doing a really good job at blending everything out. Oh man, this shade is almost like a MAC blue brown. I have to swatch that for you. Isn't that cool? That is an intense shade. I just had to show you guys that real quick. All right, so for today's look, I think I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. It's really pretty. Then I am going to take this shade right here and put that on the lower lash line. All of these eyeshadows are very, very pigmented. And I will go through and do a swatch of all of these. Then I'm going to take this BH Cosmetics waterproof gel liner and just line my eyes. I'm not gonna do a wing or anything. This is a Sonia Kashuk brush. So as you can see, it's really black. It is more on the shiny side. One thing I do notice is the more I layer, sometimes it takes some of that existing eyeliner off. The foiled eyeshadow is not as foiled as I expected it to be, and maybe it's just because the color I chose, I'm not exactly sure. Okay everyone, so this is the final look I came up with. This is with mascara and all. I already see the foundation getting oily and like shiny here and on my forehead, so that is a little concerning. I have something to do this evening, so when I come back from that, I'll sit down and film kind of an update if any of my opinions change, see how they are wearing at the end of the day, and we will go from there. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. So welcome back my YouTube beauties. It is now 8:42 p.m. So as you can see, I am a little shiny, obviously. I do need to powder. I have not touched up or powdered all day long. I was impressed with how this foundation wore overall. I think that the coverage stayed up to par with like how it looked when I first applied it, though I do look pretty oily and I do need to blot or, you know, put some more powder on, anything like that. So overall, I think this foundation is okay for the price. It is more of a cheap foundation. I don't like how it took off product as I had tried to apply it when I tried to build it up in the beginning when I first applied this. I think for the price, it's a relatively okay foundation. I just want to talk about this powder. I don't think that it did an awesome job at keeping me matte. For a setting powder, it was pretty good. I do think that throughout the day, it did look a little cakey. I will not repurchase this powder just because I don't think it did anything special. I mean, it was just kind of like a powder that I think you can find just as well, and if not a better powder at the drugstore. So yeah, I would maybe pass on this one. I really enjoyed this eyebrow pencil. I think it did an awesome job. It stayed on clearly. My eyebrows still look pretty good. Definitely gonna use this up. I think this was a really good find within the BH Cosmetics line. My blush has pretty much gone away. It's just like shine now. This is an awesome palette. It has an awesome array of colors for all different skin tones, and I'm really happy that I purchased this. Something that would be very similar, comparable, is something like at Morphe, the blush palettes at Morphe. I was actually really pleasantly surprised with the pigment and how nice the formula was. Man, I just want to get in bed. Okay, so let's talk about these brushes. I am going to go buy more of these brushes because they are amazing. I think they're so soft, especially the face brush. Now, this one I probably could do without. I could probably do without this brush. It was $2, so I don't think it was like a waste of money or anything. It'll be nice to have it, but yeah, I mean, it's not anything super amazing. And then this one is amazing. I really want to go buy more of their face brushes. It is so soft, and I think it was really well made. Then here is this foiled eyeshadow palette. I'm not going to open it up because last time I did that, these all like fell out onto the floor. I think this is an awesome palette. I think I got it for like $9. I'm not even kidding. This is a huge palette. It's cheaper than Morphe and it's better than the Morphe shimmer shadows. So yeah, I'm really happy with this one. I think it stayed on my lid really well. I mean, it hasn't faded at all. And then lastly was this BH Studio Pro, this waterproof gel liner. Think I might like this more than the Maybelline one that everyone raves about. From what I can tell, this is a very creamy formula. My only issue is just let it dry before you like reapply, because it's such a creamy formula that if you put your brush on it when it's still, it is going to take off some of the product. But I think that it is ultimately really pigmented and black. So that is all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos. I do have an Instagram and Twitter account, so please, what is flea? So please feel free to follow me on those, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Not gonna use a billy. Hello my tea beauties and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about my ColourPop haul, what my opinions are of some of the things that I got. I have been trying them out throughout the last couple of weeks. Give you guys my thoughts over them. What sparked this haul originally was Kathleen Lights came out